Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Hopefully you're off to a great morning. Man, I'm ready and fired up this morning, man. A lot of stuff going on. I've been up early, just kind of looking at all the news and information, looking at the markets, making some of my early morning trades, and made a bunch of videos already. Already got 5 videos created. So I'm up, ripping, ready to go. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. We do have a major story that's developing right now. We don't have all the details, and we're going to watch how this thing plays out over the next couple weeks. But we got some breaking crypto news early this morning. Just put a video out on it, but I want to unpack it a little bit more on the live stream. We're going to get people's insights, of course, on the Crypto Breakfast Club, which will be starting up here live in about 10 minutes. Crypto Breakfast Club is live streamed here on YouTube, live streamed over on X, and the actual X space goes live every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. But the top story of today that we need to dive into has to do with regulation and policy and a changing of the guard. We saw some big changes with the SEC. We know that Gary Gensler is out as SEC chair. Paul Atkins in once Donald Trump gets into office on January 20th. Well, we've got now more news related to regulation, and this has to do with the Commodities Future Trading Commission chair. Rostin Behnam is set to leave on January 20th. He is leaving his role as the CFTC chair. Now, what's interesting is he was nominated to this position for a new 5-year term back in December 2021 that should have taken him all the way through June of 2026. But he's deciding to step down. He's leaving this role. That tells me there are some major changes coming. With Donald Trump coming in, we know we have a pro-crypto friendly environment across the board for the first time ever. And I think that's why Behnam is leaving. And we're going to dive into some of the specifics here. Welcome in everybody on the live stream too. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Nick, what's happening? Chipper, Andre Chandler, how we doing? Boca G, good morning to you. Good day from Belgium. What's going on, James? How we doing? Brad, Stevie, what's going on? Rainbow, 6-0 to win. What's happening? Astrocam, what's going on? RLUSD and Chainlink together. Yeah, saw that, Nick. XRP bull flag poised to explode. We talked about that yesterday. I agree with you, Boca. Grayscale calling XRP a store of value, going to be epic. Yep. Got an XRP video coming out later. A lot of interesting things happening with RLUSD. We're expecting some major fireworks later this month. Make sure you guys watch that video. It'll come out right after the Crypto Breakfast Club is done, right at 11:30. So make sure you guys lock into that XRP video. Definitely a good one to watch. When will you start doing videos just for subscribers? It's an interesting idea, Mojo. It's an interesting idea. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? All right, guys. Let's dive in here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this story right here. We mentioned Behnam was renominated by Biden. Supposed to have this role all the way through June 19, 2026. But again, the news today, U.S. CFTC Chair Rostin Behnam to depart on January 30th. He is out. Interestingly enough, guys, that is the same day when Donald Trump is scheduled to take over the U.S. presidential office once his inauguration concludes. Rostin has not mentioned any specific reason behind stepping down from the post. Speculation soar over a change on the horizon. Well, yeah, there's going to be some type of change. Now, they have not announced who the new CFTC chair will be. So make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel, because we're going to continue to break that down, continue to stay on top of that story for you guys, and find out, who this person is going to be replacing Rostine Benham. All right, so that's a top story. Let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market today. Bitcoin still above 100,000. Yes, we've pulled back a little bit. We were up over 101. Actually, I think we crossed over 102. Yeah, we did. Yesterday, right around 11:30, as our Crypto Breakfast Club was concluding yesterday, we were up over 102,000. We're still over 100,000. Good to see BTC back in triple digits. Or back in, I guess, 6-digit range. So good to see that. Ethereum still hovering 3,600. Feels like it's been there forever, because it has. XRP looks pretty strong, though, this morning. XRP looks pretty strong, sitting at 244. Looking pretty strong there with the price of XRP. Solana down a little bit today to start the day, but how about Cardano very quietly making some noise? Cardano had some really good news come out as well. I'll make a video on this as well and unpack this even more in detail, but Grayscale has added Cardano back into its large cap fund, and there are some interesting rumors heating up with Cardano ETFs. Make sure you guys check out that video later right here on the YouTube channel. I think you'll find that very interesting. That'll launch later this afternoon. Already made that video here this morning. Tron's up a little bit this morning. Sui's pulling back down to 507, but a lot of the chatter on the street about Sui is it's gearing up for the next big push. Next big push towards $6 could be on the horizon for Sui. Sui did pop up to about 525. 539 actually. Got up to 539. Insane. 535 is the high in the last 24 hours. Pulling back a little bit down to 507, but man, how good has Sui been? How good has Sui been in this run? It's ranked number 12 in all of crypto right now. Hedera up to 32 cents this morning, guys, up 6+%. Look at HBAR making a move. Could HBAR pass up Stellar, XLM, maybe even SHIB and Toncoin, and maybe Chainlink? I mean, Hedera is right there from cracking into the top 15. SHIB still hanging on to the number 15 spot right now. We know SHIB can go parabolic, though. We know what we're waiting for. I made that video a couple days ago. We need Ethereum. We need Ethereum to move. That's what we're waiting for. PEPE hovering at the 2.0 flat level. Aptos up a little bit today. That looks pretty interesting. We mentioned Aptos, right in there with Sui. Again, these are the same people from the Facebook investment group. Aptos is an interesting play, in my opinion. They have not really moved yet, right? They haven't really made their major move just yet. Aptos is an interesting play for me. I like it. I own a little bit. I might even open up a larger position in Aptos at some point. That's another one of those new layer ones that I like. Kronos up slightly today, sitting at 16 cents. FET had a good day yesterday, sitting at number 40. BitTensor Tau right there. Virtuals protocol. I did a deep dive video on Virtuals, guys. That's going to come out later today. So make sure you stick around on the channel and just stay locked in all day on the YouTube channel, because put a lot of good content, a lot of insightful things out there for you this morning. I've been up for a while here grinding for you guys this morning. Made a couple trades this morning, made a couple plays in the small cap space as well. So we can take a look at some of those. I mentioned I was a private investor, or I got into the public pre-sale into Track Good AI. This thing exploded yesterday. So that's been an interesting play to watch. Been watching this mystery rebound potentially. Maybe another breakout going to happen with mystery. This is a meme coin on ETH. Kind of waiting to see what happens there. Shout out to one of our sponsors on the Crypto Breakfast Club. Altura is on a tear right now, sitting at $142 million market cap. Altura. If you like gaming and you like AI, this is an interesting play. Altura looking really, really strong on the charts as well. Lots of like. We'll get into it here on the Crypto Breakfast Club. And it is time to start the show. So let me go ahead and fire that up. Get everybody rocking and rolling here. We'll go ahead and start the show up. Have that playing in the background a little bit. We'll get everybody in here. Lingo's one I've been waiting to launch. It's been a while since it launched. I talked about this. I got into the private sale of this. Lingo's an interesting play. I don't know if you guys have seen much about Lingo. Sitting just under a $50 million market cap. Let me highlight this real quick because this is an interesting project. Some big players. Altcoin Daily had these guys on their channel. Look at this. Massive following. Building the world's most rewarding token. Lingo's the first RWA-powered rewards ecosystem for the next billion in Web3. Check this out. World's most rewarding token. Gamified RWA-powered rewards ecosystem. You could buy it on some of the top-tier exchanges right now already. And, we always talk about, getting rewards on the blockchain, right? Reward systems. Well, that's what Lingo's doing. Find it very interesting. Lingo's building a gamified RWA-powered rewards ecosystem for the next billion people in Web3. The main goal is to reward the community with real-world benefits consistently and exponentially, powered by real-world assets that generate true value for the eco. The premise of Lingo is simple. Create an ever-growing rewards ecosystem that generates real-world community rewards, regardless of token and market volatility. These guys have great experience in the loyalty program, loyalty rewards system in TradFi, and they're bringing that to the blockchain. I highly encourage you guys to check this one out. I think it's an interesting play. Looks like it might be coiling up here, getting ready for another potential run here as well. So that's one I like, find interesting. But we are going to get into it, guys. We're going to highlight this top story again once we start the space. We're going to get some people up and with us to kind of break down what they think about this top story. And then we'll obviously get people's thoughts on the overall market, as we always do right here on the Crypto Breakfast Club. So we're going to go ahead and fire it up, guys. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. And we'll automatically take that off. All right, there we go. We are ready to rock and roll, guys. Here comes the Breakfast Club at you. Smash the like button, subscribe down below. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us. I'm fired up today. Guys, I need to see 1,000 people at least in this live stream. You guys can help out. If you're on X, like it, share it. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe, do all the great stuff. Fire up the comment section. Smash the like button. It's totally free to do. Let's ramp this thing up. Let's get a bunch of people in here. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up about crypto in 2025. There are so many freaking bullish things happening. All right, what's going on, Crypto Breakfast Club? Welcome back to another episode. We are live on YouTube, live on X. Already almost 700 people live with us. Guys, I was just talking to the big group on the live stream, and highly encourage you guys to come on up here and join me today. Do not be afraid to click that request button. We'll get you right up here. I want everybody's take on the market, everybody's thoughts. But we had a big story break this morning, and I've been talking about this for a while now. all eyes have been on the SEC, and this is related to regulation in the United States and the future of crypto with Donald Trump and the whole new regime coming in. We know Gary Gensler's on his way out. We know Paul Atkins, new SEC chair, on his way in. What we hadn't heard a lot about was who would be the CFTC chair. This is the person who handles commodities. And Bitcoin is seemingly being treated as a commodity. Ethereum, in some respects, being treated as a commodity because these two have ETFs. The question is, what is everything else? How is it going to be classified? How is it going to be taxed? How is it going to be regulated? How is it going to be governed? That's a big question. And, we look at the SEC and the CFTC. This is who's always handled TradFi in this instance, right? Well, just in this morning, United States CFTC Chair Rostine Benham is set to leave on January 20th, the same day Donald Trump expected to be sworn in as the next president. So CFTC chair is out. Now, what's interesting about this, he was supposed to hold this role until June 19th, 2026. He's leaving early. So that tells me there's a changing at the guard coming. And I think this is going to be very interesting to watch for crypto. I don't care what you hold. All eyes need to be on regulation and what's next for crypto, even if you're outside the United States. This is a major backdrop. I don't care which asset you hold, but this is a big story. Not a lot of people talking about it yet. I was up early this morning going through all my news pieces. This one jumped out at me because I've been following this. I've been waiting to see what the heck is going to happen with the CFTC. Now, a new CFTC chair has not been named yet. But again, Rostine Benham leaving on January 20th. I think he's leaving before his term's over because he knows the writing's on the wall and big changes are coming, right? I mean, what do you guys think? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. We'll take a look at the overall market too, guys. The overall cryptocurrency market sitting right now at 3.55 trillion. Bitcoin still above 100,000. Got up over 102 yesterday. Up over 102 yesterday. H-bar looking really good this morning. Aptos, another one of those hot layer ones, very much tied to SUI. If you're interested in the new layer one narrative, Aptos is like a third of the market cap of SUI. These are the same investors from Facebook. I like Aptos. If you've been watching my channel all throughout the bear market, you've been listening to some of my YouTube videos, I said SUI and Aptos are very interesting to me as new layer ones. Went much heavier into SUI, but might rotate some into Aptos. We'll see. I'll make a video on that if I do decide to do that. Cardano's up, almost a $40 billion market cap, sitting at $1.13. Nice to see ADA making some moves this morning. We also have the BitGet token up 7+%. They're leading the way right now in the top 100. This whole movement with AI agents is interesting. I'm doing a breakdown on this later today on my YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in the AI agents narrative and virtuals protocol, make sure you're checking out the channel, the YouTube channel later. I've got 5 videos created already for today that are all scheduled out. So a ton of content coming out there for you guys over on YouTube. And I'll probably post some of those on X as well. But that was the major story that jumped out at me. Again, that CFTC chair, Rostine Benham, leaving before his term's over. That should be something we're going to be watching very, very closely this month to see who the new person is. How much will the CFTC and SEC play a role in the future of regulation? That's going to be the big question. And the reason why I'm so interested in this is because it's going to dictate and impact what my portfolio looks like. I mentioned to you guys that I'm positioning myself with a lot of American US-based cryptos right now. We know Donald Trump coming in is what? He's America first. So I think he's going to do something as it relates to maybe taxes, something to prop up US-based companies and push down non-US companies. That to me is something, you know, I'm taking a stance, right? It's just my opinion. I'm taking a stance though. And I'm acting accordingly. So let's dive into it. Andy, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How's it going, guys? Good morning. Yeah, I think I wanted to come out here and ask a little bit of a question about pre-sales and things like that. And I've heard nothing about. I've heard about pre-sales to stay away from them because they're mostly rug pulls. So I wanted to get sort of like an opinion on something called light chain AI, and what do you guys think about that? And what is the purpose of pre-sales when it comes to rug pulling, and it doesn't happen as often as they say it does.
It's a great question. I mean, so all pre-sales, I think, add for me a layer of risk, simply because what a pre-sale tells me is the product's probably not done yet because they need the money in order to fund the project, right? So if a project doesn't need the money, they already have the capital to build whatever they're building, I think there's a little less risk, right? Most of the time. But pre-sales can also offer a phenomenal opportunity to get in extremely early. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? I would say that, I think there are certain ways that pre-sales play out that are good and sometimes bad. I prefer a pre-sale that's kind of capped out at a certain level, one that doesn't raise a ton of money, one that's transparent, in terms of why they're raising what they're raising. I think that's an important point. So I'd like to hear some other people's opinions on this, but personally, I don't allocate a ton toward pre-sales. I do take my chances. I got into one recently. It was an AI play. It's called Track Good AI, but I was able to get on a call with the team, at least get some insight into who these people are, why they're doing what they're doing, At the end of the day, we don't hold the keys though to the kingdom. The developers do. We're just retail investors. But if we can get, some insight and information, and the team's willing to talk about why they're doing a pre-sale, what their plan is, what their roadmap looks like, why they're raising what they're raising, that helps me, as an investor. So I would say if you can get insight into why the pre-sale is being conducted, what their plans are, that's a little bit less risky, But in general, man, I mean, pre-sales are risky because the product's not out yet. You're betting that the people that are building whatever they're building are actually going to do it, and they're not going to run away with the money. And that's tough, Now, I do think, with U.S. regulations coming, I think there's going to be stipulations and guidelines put around U.S.-based pre-sales for sure. And maybe, once that's in place, we're incentivized to then, if you're a U.S.-based investor, you're incentivized to invest in those companies because they had to go through, whatever the protocol is, and it's safe. Because that's one of the biggest issues in crypto right now, right? Is knowing that your money's safe. And all pre-sales are not created equal, Pepe Cola, what's going on?
Good morning, Zach. Just to answer Andy's question, in regards to pre-sales, we're a United States-based company. We're actually a beverage company, and we have to be careful. We cannot offer pre-sales, according to our attorney, because that was it's almost like a red flag if you're a United States-based company. If you're outside the United States, it's almost like a free-for-all. Now, as for the investor, there are some great opportunities, more risk, higher reward. But if you're a founder, a dev, and you're offering pre-sales as a U.S.-based company, watch out, because they can come after you retroactively. I know laws are changing. And we have a change in the guard coming up on the 20th. Things are looking better, but everything's not guaranteed. So if you're a dev or you're a startup, hey, I would offer your coin to the public without, crossing the line with the Howey test.
It's a good point, Pepe Cola. Really is. Because right now, would you mind muting your mic? There's a little bit of background noise. Appreciate that. Thanks for the insight too. Right now, all we have to go off of is the Howey test, right? And there's a lot of lines that are blurred. I mean, just look at the whole Ripple situation. They pretty much just handpicked Ripple to go after. I mean, you could have went after a plethora of different companies. They went after Ripple because they were the biggest, I think, and they were hitting where it hurts the most, the banking system, right? But anyway, it's going to be interesting to watch. Will there be a new test created? You know, coming back to regulation, will there be a new test created? You know we have a crypto czar now coming in David Sachs, who's handling blockchain and AI. And these are two emerging technologies. And what we're watching here with blockchain and AI, there is a merging happening right before our eyes. One of the hottest narratives right now are these AI agents. And what is happening there? That is the merging of AI and blockchain with these AI agents. And so I think there's going to be some kind of precedent set. I think there's going to be maybe new rules and new guidelines. I think there should be, at least I should say that. I think there should be. I think using the Howey test in 2024 when it comes to digital assets and AI and the emergence of, you know, this digital world that's going to continue to get more and more digital and more immersive. I think it's silly. I think we need a new precedent set personally. And I hope we get that. You know, I hope we get that. Let's continue to go around the room. Let's see here. Clifford, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday, everyone. No, man, as far as pre-sales go, I'm not a fan. Never had any good luck with pre-sales. Yeah, I just, you know, I'm the type of person, I'll wait till it launches, and then I'll let it take that 50% dump on the first day, and then I might get in then. But I don't really do pre-sales. And shout out to the Chainlink holders because I don't know if you saw it yet, but Ripple and Chainlink have apparently partnered up, and Ripple RLUSD will be using Chainlink's price data and the Chainlink standard. So, yeah, pretty cool for those two to be working together. Really shows the importance, I believe, in both of those projects. So, and shout out to SHIB Bender too, that's in here. But yeah, that's what I got, man. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, Clifford. Yeah, Chainlink doing some big things. They partnered up with SHIB recently, taking them multi-chain as well. You know, Chainlink, to me, is one of the most undervalued plays. And I'll say this, not financial advice. For me, it's one of the least risky plays that you can do, that you can invest in the altcoin market right now. You're talking about a top 15 crypto sitting just under $15 billion market cap. They are literally a glue that keeps so many things together when it comes to our entire industry. You know, and I think they're just, simply put, I just think they're undervalued right now. You know, I couldn't believe they only got to $52-53 last cycle back in 2021. I mean, to me, Chainlink, I mean, this should be a company valued at $100 billion. I mean, right now. I mean, it's crazy to me that they're sitting at $15 billion. That's just my take. No, now, are you going to get 100x out of Chainlink? I don't think so, right? I mean, they're a big market cap already. But I think it could be a really, really nice 4 or 5x this cycle. That's just my honest opinion. And not financial advice. Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. Everybody's an idiot when it comes to price prediction. But I'm just, you know, throwing it out there because we like numbers. And it makes us, you know, feel better about ourselves, right? But I still think it's very undervalued. I do. So yeah, Chainlink definitely one that I like. Sitting around 56% down from its all-time high, and I think, you know, this cycle could be where it really moves the most. Especially, you know, we start getting basket ETFs. I think Chainlink's going to be a big part of that. We start getting ETFs. You know, you look at the Grayscale Large Cap Trust. It's got Bitcoin, it's got Ethereum, it's got XRP, it's got Solana, and now Cardano's back in it. That should be an ETF. How nice of a, you know, basket is that? I mean, that should be an ETF, and investors will love that. let me get exposure to, and it's weighted, heavily toward Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then you got some exposure to Solana, XRP, and Cardano. And then you got another one, with some, like maybe it's an RWA basket ETF, and in that RWA basket ETF, you've got some AVAX, some Chainlink, some Hedera, some Ondo, right? Some Quant. I think that would be beautiful. And I think it would bring so many more people. I mean, look what Bitcoin's ETF alone has brought in. I think I read this morning, like $37 billion in inflows since Bitcoin ETF went live. It's wild. Now Ethereum's lagging behind a little bit, only around 3 billion so far, but I think there's a big opportunity in Ethereum right now too because of that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. I think Chainlink's definitely undervalued though. I'll leave it at that. Let's get to Mutasco and Mar. Mutasco, what's happening?
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, man, we got you.
Cool. Now, I wanted to comment on the CFTC situation. Generally, one of the things that I would say is this, and I've been following this guy for a while, and I also follow the guy before him. I think his name is Timothy Masada, or whatever his name is. I followed him on his writings and thinking around crypto. I've listened to him talk on the same stage with Hester Pierce. And what I would say is this: he needs to get out. I don't know how he's gonna fare well with the Trump administration because of several things. If you roll back, his hands are all kind of bloody because there's a bill called DCCPA. DCCPA was a bill that Sam was pushing, and this guy who was the CFTC chair was all over it. Okay, he was all over it. If you want to dig into it and get into a rabbit hole, you can go look that up and see why he was so bent on making that happen. The second thing to note is this is the same guy under the same guy that U.S. betting market, like Predict, got shut down because of him, okay? In fact, they called it government shutdown or banning of betting. The problem, though, I have with that is think of betting as like sports betting, right? It's been growing in the U.S. a lot, right? And here's the thing. Let's say you're I don't watch football. For those who watch football, you know what I mean. The players in a football match, you put them in the same group as senators and congressmen, okay, and women, okay, and they get to enact laws. They get to understand the market, and then they trade on the market like Nancy Pelosi, right? And that's okay. But somehow sports betting is like, oh yeah, no, we can't let that happen. And election betting, well, we can't let that happen. Oh, events betting, we can't let that happen. And I'm like, okay, so what are you talking about? So this guy, and I can go on hours on this guy, okay? Because I read a lot of stuff about what they've been doing. There's some redacted stuff that I read. It's all messy. But I'm putting this out there for anybody listening to me and where I'm coming from. It's painful to watch, okay? They don't, the government solution to a problem is usually bigger. I think Milton Friedman said this. It's usually much bigger than the problem itself. Because what I just laid out, if you're somebody who is a sports, like you love sports, right? Why shouldn't you participate in it, right? Bear in mind, there are some nuances to it. There's what we call binary options, right? That has also been banned by the CFTC because, it's like taking two sides bets, right? It's either yes or no. And that has been, there's a lot of fraud there. I get it. There's fraud in everything. Just like right now, the people who are actually supposed to be, quote, noble and they enact laws, they get to trade behind us and they make a lot of money. Right? And yet we can't. And when we have to do it, then they set the red carpet, and then they put all kinds of walls. And then they try to tell us, how bad and unethical, and they start to write all these rules. I don't understand it. So I'm celebrating. He needs to get out, because I said this before. I'm reading a book. It's about 13 hours. I'm almost halfway through it. But this book is like a documentary of 2001 thereabout, right? And the name of the book is Fooling All the People, or something like that. Fooling All the People All the Time. I think his name is Ironheart something. I forgot his name. But long story short, the revelation I got from this was the incoming SEC chair. And I was shocked a little bit, because I believe he's going to have a really positive impact. Now, I'm putting positive in quotations, because, most of us had the same hopes when Gary came out of MIT and became whatever, and we saw what happened, okay? So I'm not like the guy that just like to run on stuff. I'm cautiously optimistic, but the fact that, and if you go read this book, you understand why I'm saying this. He's somebody who, it's not like he's going to turn into something to favor the administration or whatever. It's his ideology. This is what he's built off, Paul Atkins, because you can trace him back to what he believes in. It's like having Hester Pierce in something that, she's been consistent on her views. So for her to do a U-turn, it would be almost like, I don't want to bet on that. But you get my point. Again, I'm excited he's out, because it can't just be possible that this guy will still be there when you have Paul Atkins on the other side, and then you have, you have the whole sentiment around crypto and what it should do. Okay, the agencies just needs cleanup. So I'm celebrating that. I'm glad he's out, because these guys are just so messy. They get on TV and they show off like, yeah, we need to protect the investors. We need to that crap. No, I had somebody say, Howie, forget Howie. Howie's crap. There's a bill right now.
Mutasco, I think we lost you. Okay, we got you back. You said there's a bill right now, and then it cut out.
Oh no, sorry. The bill is equal opportunity. I'm driving, guys. Equal opportunity for all. That's what it's called. I think it's forgot the title of it, but you guys know what I'm referring to. If they truly want to make crypto great, they should literally get that in the hands of Trump. Executive order. They should push that and get Trump to sign it into law. It passed. Okay? It literally passed unanimously in the Congress. And it needs to go to the Senate, and the president needs to sign it. And when the president signs it, I know they may amend it and do some kind of stuff in there, but the whole idea of that bill is to make sure that, I think somebody was talking about private sale. I can't tell you how many projects I know are innovative, and I get geofenced because I live in the United States. It's annoying, okay? And the whole reason is, yeah, some rich guys can get access to some things early, but the little guy can't. Even if they have the knowledge to understand the protocol and understand the technology. So that bill in Congress, and I hope Trump does it, if he signs it into law, I'll be convinced that they truly mean what they're saying about, hey, crypto, yeah, it's a crypto president. No, there's so many things that they can do right now if they truly want to say, hey, we're just sending some red meat for the little guy, okay? Because that pushes everything else out of the way, right? Because as a regular person, you want to at least, the government should incentivize you to learn and understand, like what people always say, we're not taught about finance, we're not taught about whatever. So if you want to invest in crypto, you should have knowledge of crypto. And knowledge now becomes the requirement for investing, right? Who's going to go against that? Not money, not like I have to have $1 million. If I have $1 million, That doesn't mean that $1 million is going to shield me away from losing money. What happened to the SPACs era? The special purpose acquisition companies, they went bust on 40-something billion dollars. Are you telling me all those people they were rich people, right? Their money didn't save them. They all collapsed. So why is it that the little guy is being told and get capped because they don't have $1 million and they can't invest in something? And for some reason, the dumbest thing is to say, hey, because you don't have $1 million, we're trying to protect you. What does that even mean? So I'm going to shut up, but you get my point. I get really fired up because some of these things, if you don't read these things, you're probably not going to have the same level of emotions that I have, because I see the double standards. I see the hypocrisy. I see the nonsense. And I'm like, why is it this way? And why does it have to be somebody who gets to speak for the little guy and the little guy is not at the table? Does that even make any sense? So for all the Trump cabinet and anybody that wants to do, there are active bills right now. If you read these bills, you understand why I'm so passionate about it. They're good bills. They're not perfect. But if you want to show that, hey, I got the mandate, and in fact, I respect the crypto community, then some of these bills need to get to his desk and have him signed it. And if he signs it, then I'll believe that they genuinely are here to help crypto. Other than that, everything anybody says is BS to me, okay? And that's where I'm going to end it. But good luck with that guy. I'm sure he's going to be fine. You know, he walks out of the door and then he gets to serve on the board, or like what Jay Clinton did. You screw up the little guy and then you still get reward, okay? But yeah, I'm happy he's gone, and I just had to come up and comment on that. They need to clean up these agencies. They really need to clean them up.
That's good stuff. Yeah, and you mentioned Gary Gensler. You know, it was promising based on his track record, his background. But I think it really goes to show that person in the SEC position and even the CFTC, a lot of times they're just puppets. They're just puppets. They're just walking in line like good soldiers to whoever is the power at be that tells them what to do and how to think and what to wear and the whole nine, right? That's really what it shows me. But I think this is going to be the first time ever that we're going to have an entire pro-crypto regime. And this is, to your point, Matosco, a cleaning of the house. And whoever that person is that's going to come in and step in as the CFTC, much like Paul Atkins is going to step in as the SEC chair, it seems as if everybody's going to be on the same page. Now, I don't want to speak too soon because we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it in action. But seemingly, this is the best situation we've ever had from a regulation policy standpoint in crypto ever. Ever. With a pro-crypto Congress, a pro-crypto House of Representatives, a pro-crypto president, an entire committee being built around the future of AI and crypto, a pro-crypto SEC chair, and probably a pro-crypto CFTC chair coming in. So it's going to be just fireworks, I think, all 2025, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. Mar, what's going on, man?
Hey, Zach, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Zach, Motasco, hope everyone is doing great. Man, here, just chilling. I did wanted to say there was an individual that came up with the topic of pre-sale. And it was funny because I was looking at some pre-sales today just for the fuck of it. And let me tell you, like every month, every day that goes by, pre-sales are just getting even worse and worse. And you called a very important topic on pre-sales where, you know, they need the money to build, you know, and during the building process, it's hard sometimes for projects to pump, not like the old days. Now, you know, we evolved. We're in a bull market. People are making money. We don't want to be waiting for something to be done where it's always been promised of that one utility and it was never delivered. So pre-sales, man. I said a few days ago, weeks ago, that I'm bullish more on pre-sales on IEOs, on launch pads that are on exchanges. Okay, because you got the pre-sale that's done straight from the project's website, which is I wouldn't even touch it. With a 10-foot pole. Then you got the pre-sales that are done on launch pads. The launch pads normally are anti-rug bullshit. I wouldn't touch that either. I wouldn't touch any launch pad. There are pretty good launch pads out there like Maker. You still get some excess, but it's still a ripoff, man. They give you like 20%. The other 80% they're vesting for like 20 years. And then you got the launch pads built in exchanges, and a lot of these exchanges, they're really like anti-rug with these projects, especially Binance. Binance are very careful what they choose to launch on their launch pod. I know you need BNB. You need BNB. You need to stake. I'm holding BNB long term. So why not? And you just stake it for 2 days while the pre-sale is going on. You stake BNB and depending how much you stake of BNB, you get, a certain amount of buying power, and you use that BNB. And then, of course, whatever you didn't use, they give it back to you. And then what's fucking awesome about Launchpad from Binance is that no vesting. They have no vesting. You get all your fucking tokens right away, and you go player versus player, Sorry about that. But, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at IEOs on exchanges, and I'm not even getting into... Listen, I was a big guy. I was big in pre-sales. They did really good back in 2021. But, man, I haven't hit one yet, and I have experience on them. That's how bad they are. Maybe a 2X. But understand these guys. Like, for instance, PEPE on chain, right? Okay, some people did a 2X, right? But your money was stuck there for months. When we're in a bull market, that money could have gone somewhere else, and you could have, triple, double. But it's like you have it there stuck, and these guys collect the millions. They're just abusing on liquidity. They're not putting enough liquidity, into the launches. So I will stay 100% away from pre-sales. Look for fair launches. Fucking, I think, man, this is as far as I'm going to go. I think the pump fund, it's safer than pre-sales these days, But yeah, other than that, Zach, I did jump into PEPE on Ethereum yesterday. I got in exactly at $1 million market cap. It went up to 1.6. Then it went down to 800,000. I bought a little more at 800,000. And now I just finished taking out my money. It hit 2 million. So I'm mostly sitting. I had a little bit of patience. It looked like it was going to rock yesterday, but I'm like, nah, this thing is going to keep going a little. They're not going to rock this. And again, no financial advice. And I got my money out. Nothing big, nothing big. But I'm sitting now on house money with PEPE on Ethereum. The one in Solana hit 10 million, but it's hitting now like around 4 million. I might get in that one too, just to have both. You never know which one's the one that goes nuts. But yeah, man, you gotta have patience, with these meme coins. I've seen a lot of meme coins just sitting there trading sideways for weeks and weeks, and all of a sudden, boom, they go nuts. I forgot the name of this meme coin. I think it's not FARI. There's another one there. I forgot the name of it. A friend of mine got in super early. Congratulations to him. He's up 6 figures, man. Damn it, I forgot the name of this.
Hopefully he's taking profits on that shitcoin.
you want to hear? Yeah. But you want to hear something insane? There, this coin that I'm talking about. Damn it, I forgot the name of it. There's somebody sitting with 4% of the whole supply, and they haven't even sold one. I mean, that's insane. They're sitting at, I mean, there's like $2.5 million in liquidity, Zach, and he's sitting at 4 million. You know, but the token got listed on Binance Alpha, I think it's called, or whatever it is. That normally when they're there, that means they're gonna get listed on Binance. So he's probably looking to exit with those, $4 million when there's a lot of volume due to Binance, and that's when you go exit and not fucking destroy the chart, But damn, forget the name. It's something with bot, or fart, some shit like that.
Fart butt coin.
Yeah. What else? It's sitting like at a $200 or $180 million market cap. When I get the name, I'll jump back in. But yeah, man. Other than that, just I was in the space, and one of the Bitcoin OG I was talking to, and I brought him up Chain, and the dude came back to me very impressed. Very impressed. And again, these guys are in building stages still, but he was very impressed how you go to Uniswap and you can put in a contract, and that contract will find all the token on different EVM chains. He was like, "Wow, this is impressive." But yeah, man. Other than that, that's about the only play I'm starting. To get back into the groove. This COVID thing really fucked me up the last 2-3 weeks. And yeah, man, I had a friend also call me today and say, "Hey, don't forget to take profit because the music will stop." People think the music just keeps going. The music will stop, but he is bullish all 2025 when it comes to this Trump and this new group of people that are pro crypto, and it's something that crypto hasn't seen ever, I believe, So it's looking promising. I think 2025 is going to be really good. Of course, we're going to have, our scare. They're going to scare us, of course, like always. But I'm still bullish throughout all 2025, and I'll be careful getting out of your positions in March or April completely, when the real pump might not have even happened yet, and you leave a lot of money there to be made. So just be careful getting out of your position completely. Like everyone is aiming, late March, April, when they're going to get out. And that's normally wrong. When everybody's saying when they're going to get out, that's normally wrong,
That's good stuff. We got Zach, co-host, back up here. Larry, I'm going to try to make you co-host too, if you're cool with that, bro. I just sent you a request there. We got Treble up here. We'll get over to them, and I see some hands down there as well. We'll get to everybody. Zach, what's going on, man?
How's it going? I'm doing a bunch of errands, so if I lose service, I'm sorry. Just have some stuff to do today. But anyways, I got to counter Mar on that. I absolutely am opposite of Mar. I love pre-sales. That's where you make all your money. The launch. Low market cap launches. That's the best part of any project. It's what the projects do after that. That is the true test. If they're pushing, if they're out there grinding, anyone can launch a fucking token. Look at Butthole Coin or whatever that crap is. That's cent, but they're out there pushing, and that's what I see a lot of projects not doing. You got to be active. You got to get into other spaces like this. You got to get out of your ecosystem and onboard other, even other projects, other investors, to find interest into your project.
That's why the Breakfast Club is so good, because it breaks down those silos, brings the chains together.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you can't be within the same, let's just say, ecosystem and expect to get out to the masses. No, you got to go around, you got to push, and the projects that do that do survive. Utility plays are great, but a lot of it is waiting. The reason they don't move that fast is because they're waiting for the utility to be built. But when it comes to just shit tokens and stuff, it's just community. You need that. But on the flip side of that, I've done very, very well, and I found a new trend meta, basically, that I'm catching on all of these, and I caught that with the PEPE Unchained. That shit hit 400-something million market cap. Of course, Zach Jeter dumped everything at the top. I waited for it to crash and put, a little moon bag back in, but you never know where it's going to go. I'm looking at this new Solana one. Like, even if people don't use the layer 2s, they're kind of catching attention, and there's a lot of money. And with the PEPE Unchained, I was probably smart, and I will always be like this with new pre-sales and private sales. I will never stake anything, ever. I don't care about the rewards. I don't care about any of that stuff, because usually after a pump comes a huge dump, and then you have to see what the team does after that. But they're launching a launch pad with that, so that's pretty exciting. I'm excited about the new treat launch for SHIB. I'll probably get into that, see what that does. But truly, you make your money at launch. I hate to say it, but it's how it is. And 90% of projects just don't push after that, and shit dies out. So if you see projects out there hustling, grinding, those are the ones I keep money in, because they're being active.
Well, it also depends on the narrative too. I mean, some just don't catch, where others, like butthole, things that you wouldn't think would catch are like skyrocketing. It's going parabolic right now. Like, it's just, crypto's funny.
Yeah, no, it is. But like, it all comes back to networking and pushing and grinding. You can't be fucking lazy and expect your shit to do well. It just doesn't happen. Like, you have to network. You have to get out to influencers. And I love to see other projects team up with other projects and help each other. A lot of them feel like they're going to steal, other projects are going to steal their investors, blah, blah, blah. But what they're missing the point is networking. Crypto is 95% marketing, networking, 5% utility. I don't care. Y'all can hate me on this, but that's what it is. And if you're not out there pushing, you'll not do well. So these projects that do very well and raise a lot of money, they got a good network. They're pumping, they're pushing. And the real key after that, this is why I dump at launch, is to see what they're going to do after that. I'll give it a little bit. I'll see if they're going to move, or they're just going to take the liquidity, not build anything, and move on to the next pump and dump. So
when you say dump, mostly it's your initial investment.
Oh, no, I sell everything.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I fucking sell everything.
See, like, that's where we differ. I sell my initial investment, get out my money, and then whatever happens after that, I know I either profit or it's.
Oh God, no! Zach Jeter's always up to.
Aren't you guys married? Wouldn't you know what you guys are doing on each other's portfolios?
We talk about projects, but I don't talk about how I trade, because then.
Oh wow!
I think I accidentally tell how I trade in my sleep. Shelby says sometimes I wake up and I'm like,
I know to dump based off of what he says in his sleep sometimes. Yeah. Like on my computer, I'm like, wake up, like over there, like selling. But also on the to be fair too, like, if you are a really good trader, or you're like really into degen plays, get into pre-sales, but that's not for everyone. Some people that get into crypto really just have to get into those stable coins that are going to hold, and you can like see your growth. Like, trading at pre-sale is not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. Especially, I like to look into codes. I have a lot of things I do. I've kind of perfected the skill of the launching, of the launch, and I look to see if certain devs put in certain protocols will stop bots from, sniping supplies, stuff like that. So I do a lot of my due diligence before. I can't just say go to every pre-sale and you're going to make tons of money. No, but the ones that raise, they do vesting periods. They do raise this kind of money, will do well at launch, maybe a day or two after. But then once it hits that, it dumps.
But completely. Also, like, coming into spaces like this, getting to know the community gets you in a really good position at a pre-sale, because you know what's coming, you know the background of it, and you're going to find out all those really, really good low market cap projects that are like, let's say, launching tomorrow, today, whatever. And so you're not going on pink sale and like, trying to figure out what's good, what's not. Like, that's why these spaces are so key for your like really like learning how to trade, or if you're chasing that next 10x, 100x, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and on top of it, you see these devs out here, like some of these projects, I'm not going to mention them, but like sponsorship projects, they do which way, straight or
Yeah.
left? They do very well because they're out here actively, putting in the work. This space, you do have to do a lot of work, on the dev side of things. So looking for these projects, you can find gems even at a small market cap, even if you missed the launch. Like there's a lot of smart people in here with a lot of money that can pump tokens pretty fast and stuff. It's just what you're doing out there. And this comes also back to one of our biggest sponsors, Podchain. They're actively building. They're out here. You can ask them questions. I know. I know how to drive. Sorry, we're fighting in the car as I'm driving. They're actively pushing their project, and that's what I like to see to put some money in. I mean, Mark could probably agree with that one. There's a reason Mar's promoting them and stuff like that. So I love to see a lot of these projects out here moving around the space and actively building and trying. That's it. Try. Don't be lazy. Try. And my pet peeve is lazy ass people. So.
And delivering too, Zach, because you could try all
And
this
deliver.
and then if you don't deliver, then you get what I'm saying. Like I know Podchain. I wanted to see Solana. They deliver Solana. It's just, it's crazy how all these, how they were able to figure out the liquidity pool that is being shared by a Solana and a Ethereum coin at the same time. I'm having no hiccups, That's
well, it's kind of, it's like a bridging function, like a mint burn function. That's how
bridge.
That's how they do it.
And the bridge is fucking crazy. Like I've traded already a few tokens, from Solana to Reef. It's like 1 second. It's faster than Uniswap, and it's a bridge. That's what's crazy about it, And
it's because they got the liquidity to provide. Yeah. Like bridges, they have to have the liquidity on both sides. It's not technically bridging; it's kind of them fronting you the money, but whatever it is, you can call it. Yeah, I agree with you. Go on.
Yeah, just an InstaSwap basically based on leverage on one side for the liquidity there. Yeah, that's all it is really. But they're doing it. They're providing real utility. They're working hard. Same with Shibarium. They're doing stuff like that out there. So there's a lot of layer twos, But what's funny is I'm really getting into this pre-sale. I don't know why, but it's a layer 2 on Solana, but like literally what?
Which one is that one? I was looking at that one today. I think
that's the I'm driving, but I think it's a Selexi or something. Yeah. It's literally reminds. I think it's identical to the PEPE chain, but I don't care. It seems to raise a lot of money. I'll never do vesting periods. I'll never stake tokens. Absolutely not at pre-sale. That is a way to get wrecked completely.
You mentioned the metrics for a successful entry into a new protocol. One of the other things is launch pads are pretty much almost dead, Zach. You want to talk about couch from within? That's bridges are one thing, staking's another thing. Having the airdrops is another thing, but one of the worst is fucking launch pads. Not all of them,
I think that,
but most of them.
PEPE Chain's about to release their launch pad. And then on the flip side of that, like SHIB and Shibarium, I would love to see. I know they listen to this thing and back and forth, but I would love to see a SHIB wallet, basically just like Phantom, right? SHIB wallet with Shiba Swap integrated, even bridge, a bridge, or even the Hoichi bridge within it. You're not leaving that application to trade. I think that's one of the biggest problems.
You're talking about something that's it's on their roadmap for the future, Zach, already, by the way.
You drive?
Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, no, well, for me, I want things built like I'm building something phenomenal for. I know, stop, I'm driving. I'm building something phenomenal for Nova in the back channels. I got a great dev. We're coding. We're working on some stuff, and I'm impatient. I want it now. Like in crypto, things move so fast that if you miss the boat, you might miss it.
So Nova is bringing utility. That's alpha too.
Oh, we are the meme utility token. Oh yeah, we got something great. I'm excited to once this is built. You guys will know because I'll announce it. But it's exciting and it provides liquidity for the project. So we're doing something epic.
Love to look it over and make sure it's secure. By the way, Zach. So putting that out there, bro. So
yeah, definitely. I'll hit you on the back channels of that, but I don't really want to talk about that too much. But to come back to the point of of what I like to see in projects is you don't have to have the best utility. You can just be a meme project, but you got to be actively out there promoting and working. And it's hard work. It's tedious. You'll probably get shut down a bunch of times, but eventually big people will see you and the grind, and that's what they want to see, because no one wants a stagnant token that's just sitting doing nothing. That doesn't show, investors security, stuff like that. Whether it's even if your chart's going up and down, volume is key to get traders in, to get, attention. So there's just a lot of stuff that goes behind.
But also, like,
the token.
Let's really go into like why you hate staking. It's not the fact that yeah, you can get some great. Where are you going? You gotta go that way.
Okay.
Sorry, he's not a good driver. He has no sense of direction.
Man.
All right, anyways, I'm gonna take your phone.
That's really funny. A woman saying that a man is not a good driver.
He literally grew up here his entire life, and I have to tell him how to get around. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
You know what? I'm really shocked though about the dynamic of your guys's like on the surface you guys have a normal marriage really, but you guys don't share your trading patterns.
No, it's just things like first get into like a relationship, like you don't share bank accounts, right?
Yeah, that's the key.
Like he's such a DJ and he's so like unpredictable, and like it gives me like anxiety. So he does his trading, I do my trading. Like
So
I do like separate. But all right, so staking, back to staking. So there was this one project that Zach was in about a year and a half ago, and the dev just stake. So I staked my tokens. You did not, yeah. And on the back end, what was happening was that the team was selling team tokens out from under us. So we were staking, they were selling, and then the project, the staking pool, the dev took it all. So you were left with nothing.
Yeah, so even after you're staking your 60, 90 days, there was no tokens to be rewarded to the community. Talk to the dev, and I'm like, how do you offer this without getting the tokens up front from the project? Like, are you stupid? Like, that blows my mind. And it wasn't him that, but then eventually that project dev actually stole like $30,000 worth of rewards from another project. They've been banned and blocked and all that shit, but still, it just shows you that when devs tell you to stake, what they're usually doing is they want you to lock up your token so they can sell underneath you. So this is why it's hard. Not all the time, but then also the way crypto works too is the majority of tokens go down in value. So by the time you're done with your staking, yes, you have a lot of tokens, but they're not worth anything. So until someone fixes that kind of...
Zach, I'll add a layer to it. Put simply, I want control.
Sure. Yes.
I want control of my crypto. I want control of my assets. And especially if it's a new project, right? I mean, it's one thing, staking Cardano or whatever on the Vesper wallet and earning 2 or 3% or whatever. Like Cardano's not going anywhere, God willing. You know what I'm saying? But like something brand new that's not even out yet, you want me to lock up my tokens and they're not liquid for 6 months? You're out of your freaking mind. I agree 100% with you.
100%. Yeah, I'm all fan of like staking Ethereum or something. Huge market cap, huge liquidity, little fluctuations, not going to do anything. But I'm really talking about the small projects. Like, I can't trust you not to rug it. Why would I trust you to lock up my tokens? It just doesn't make sense. And some people talk a good game, but I will stop talking so we can move on this conversation. But on the flip side of that, I'm a fan of pre-sales if you know what you're looking for. That is the key. And knowledge is key. So coming to these spaces, and we always talk about all kinds of different protocols and safety around it. If you understand that, pre-sales can be a good thing for you. They're not guaranteed, but they're the best way to be ahead of the curve and at least get your initial and some profits back. That's not financial advice. That's just Zach from Subway advice.
Hell yeah. What's up, Larry?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Sorry I was gone yesterday. It was a Monday, and then I was late today because it's like Monday's still running in the world of DeFi. It never seems to stop. So just heard some interesting things. Chain, really active in developing more solutions and aggregating bigger, I guess, inclusion of different ecosystems and protocols onto their chain agnostic on their utility, which is good. But, it's not like the swaps and the DEXs have not noticed. And I want you guys to really pay attention to what Unichain is going to be bringing. Because, it's funny, guys, Mar and everyone here, it's not the fastest and it's also not the greatest sometimes, right? But there are competitors that are coming, and even from within these conglomerates that own most of the, I guess the gray area trading that's not on a centralized exchange to the extent where it's even being recognized by the centralized exchanges. But of note should be Unichain, since Unichain is going to try to do the same thing with a lot of firepower behind it. Have you heard much of Unichain, Zach?
No, I haven't.
Yep. Well, it's going to be on they're going to put a huge amount of dollars behind marketing it and actually pushing it. And they already have a huge, potential usership because of all the people that are already using Uniswap, So it's, I don't foresee it not getting the attention that it's going to be deserving. And big. I don't know if you guys seen some of the. I'm gonna send you a video, Zach. Do you want to put it in the jumbotron? I think I really made this video. I'm gonna
you
post
can put it up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna send it to you because I'm gonna post it on my socials tomorrow. But I want to give you guys kind of a glimpse of what's really going on. So I'll send it to you in direct message here because I don't. Somehow, some way, sometimes I'm not allowed to send all of that stuff here, but here's this video. And if you have questions, is crypto legal in China? Is it what's the story about it? If USDT is being removed from most places and et cetera, this video should answer a lot of your questions. It's a pretty big deal. So if you put in the Jumbotron and watch it, you're going to see me go through step by step and show you how I'm going through USDT. If you look at the screenshots, Ethereum, even some of the other major alts.
So Larry, I can only put an actual post up there.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe drop it in our Telegram.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that now.
Drop it in the Crypto Breakfast Telegram. And guys, if you're interested in jumping in there, it's totally free. Just go to my page, find Crypto Breakfast Club, the X account, and then you'll find the Telegram linked on the Crypto Breakfast Club X account. Definitely get in there. It's totally free. We keep the conversation rolling. We're here every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. But there's always some people chatting and talking about alpha news, plays, anything you want to know. So yeah,
you'll see me in a mall, and this is tonight. Actually, I was in a mall, and you will see somebody that's probably me withdrawing some money, and you'll see a balance of USDT. You just take a look. I think your eyes will be open. People always talk about how archaic and how even though there's a lot of holders and traders, etc., and people that are involved in DeFi and China, billion old new users, that I always say. But don't you wish access was this easy for ETH and Bitcoin and going and even being able to choose other fiat currency? Just watch this video. I'm gonna actually make the post anyways, Zach, so you can put it in the Jumbotron. But I just gave a little early alpha. The rest of the world, it will catch up eventually. People always talk about, how obsolescent USDT is going to be, and it still has a huge market. No matter, like I said, the MiCA regulations are only going to do so much to stop it. And look how easy it was for me to withdraw cash, or someone that looked like me withdraw cash somewhere in China. Just watch the video. I'm going to go ahead and make a post anyway, so you guys can repost it anyways. But
cool.
I think you pretty telling. Just go and have a look. Has it loaded in the TG already?
I'm not looking at here. Let me see. I can find out.
Still loading.
Yeah, still loading up. I can see you're sending a video right now, though, in there.
Yeah.
Still loading. Looks like it's going to get ready to send in there. Hey, guys, real quick, some interesting news. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm just seeing this now. Breaking news, Facebook parent Meta to move trust and safety and content moderation teams from California to Texas. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the move will, quote, build trust in a place where there's less concern about bias. This comes as Meta looks to restore free speech. Interesting. We just saw Dana White join the board yesterday. I saw that. And I was wondering, I literally excuse me. I literally commented on that post yesterday and said, does this mean, is this the end of wokeness on Facebook? And then here you go. They're moving from California to Texas to restore free speech. Pretty interesting move there. I think it's pretty confident we went too far one way and, things sorted itself out. So that's good.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Also, not crypto, but technology. NVIDIA announced their 50 series video cards. They're going to launch at the end of January. I'm going to invest. I'm going to try to invest at least 30 to 50K on these cards. Then sell them for 30%, 40% profit. So
$5 more for double processing power of a 4900 series processor.
Yeah,
that's fucking. But they had to, though. Do you want to know why they had to? They didn't want it because they wanted to do it. It's because the market's becoming more crowded now.
Right. But Larry, real quick, the 5070 for $549 is going to be more powerful than the 4090. I think that the 5070 is going to be the money maker. I think that one, if I could get my hands on that one for $549, I think I could sell them easily for like $800, $1,000 bucks.
Bro, but it's not a bad thing though. You know why though? Because the other major chip manufacturers, including like Huawei, Samsung, etc., are bringing to market, chipsets that are also similar in performance in the same price range. So there's going to be a huge market for all of them. Of course, NVIDIA is going to have the premium. When it was announced at CES, but they did it because the market's getting more crowded now. They're getting caught. And Apple is even talking about releasing a chipset as well.
So yeah, man.
That's very bullish.
This is, if anyone could get their hands on, I try to always get them on Best Buy, like Amazon, everywhere. I try to pre-order them everywhere. This is easy money, guys. Just why have money sitting in the bank when you could make an extra 20, 30% of your money selling these cards in the next year? You will have it sitting there. They don't lose value, man. It's incredible, NVIDIA cards, been doing this for a few years already. And yeah, man, I was actually going to bring in some more cash into crypto. And then my boy's like, no. The NVIDIA cards got announced today. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, all right, I'm moving to, try to buy the most NVIDIA cards I can. Maybe if I could get at least 20, 30 of them. But yeah, man, you got to go with them, you got to make some money. Got to go out there and hustle because these 9 to 9 jobs are not easy, But yeah, if you guys notice also, Bitcoin took a shit. I hope Bitcoin goes to 50K. So all that liquidity could come into our meme coins or our regular coins, Because holy shit, this fucking Bitcoin just doesn't stop.
Mar, I think that crypto you were talking about is, I think it was unicorn fart dust or whatever, right?
That one.
Yeah. That was a crazy meme.
Have you seen that he just split his wallet, but he started moving his wallet because he was holding like 4%. That was a story I heard yesterday from I'm just having problem remembering things, but names. But yeah, he decided, people were like, oh, it's probably a dead wallet, probably forgot the C phrase. And then all of a sudden he started moving, coins around different wallets. He thinks he's sitting on like $4 million worth of unicorn. But the guy hasn't sold, man. The guy's freaking committed, dude. you know. But yeah, man, it's looking like a really. I think today it pumped a little bit more, or last night. It's looking pretty good, you know.
Yeah, nice recovery on there for sure. Let's get down to some of the hands here, and we'll get to everybody who spoke. If you've already spoken and you want to drop down, that'd be awesome. We do have some people waiting to get up, so we want to get everybody up here that wants to speak, and we could bring you back up as the show continues. We do run it all the way up to 11:30 a.m. Eastern, guys. So let's go down to I think Poppy Abraham and then Hollis. We're up next.
Oh my God. Thank you, Zach. Of course, you're going to call on me when I'm trying to put something in the chat there. So I didn't get to finish your at Z. I ended it at Z on the scores. So, but thanks for the opportunity, Murphy's Law. But big ups to Larry there. I'd love to get that video and start studying up on what they're doing there in China. That's huge. The two dynamic duo co-hosts, big ups to you all. I think your dynamics is actually a great balance. Your wife providing some stability, and while you doing the risky stuff, which both can be rewarding but balanced at the same time. As for Mar, I appreciate you letting the newbies know to take some profit and at least run on house money sometimes. I represent the little guy with the small liquidity pool and the low dry powder, and I try to bridge, even though I'm a high level trader. As far as cryptocurrency, stock markets, properties, and things like that, I always try to look back, even when I was teaching the trades in the inner city and giving back like that. So I can kind of rope a dope with the big boys, but then I say, well, what about the little guy? And to Matosco, thank you so much for bringing in the what I was looking for since 2017. When Gary Gensler, and thank God he's on the way out there if he's not out already. But he cost me about $400,000 because of how he was dangling the carrot. Now, I didn't lose. I shaved off. I was already 10x, okay? But I remember when we had the bull run in 2017, I was already up. I had like 30 coins. Everybody I caught on the bottom, I took the run. But he was dangling since May of 2017 that regulations was going to come. Then he pushed it to August. I don't know if y'all remember that. Then he pushed it to December. Then he said for sure in the first of the year, right? So we held the position because at the time, the XRP was courting IMS and Christine Lagarde. And what I'm saying, long story short, right there, no matter how good you are, if somebody is fronting news like that, that's very pertinent to the growth of the space in regulations and compliances, then you hold because you're thinking, well, he's the one got to do it. And so, but I woke up. I remember I partied New Year's Eve and going into 2018, and 40%, if you guys remember, the portfolio was gone because he changed his mind. He was going to put back stuff there. Anyways, I'm glad he gone, but I was still up 600%. So when I look at it like that, I just gave back some gains. And so don't feel bad. I am very well diversified with my properties and rents and whole notes on houses, things like that. So no, you're in the game, so you got to rope a dope. But to the low liquidity, right, or small liquidity guys, you got $1,000, you're trying to grow it. You got 2,000, 3,000. We all have to start somewhere. Some of the key things that I'm looking in this bull run, upcoming bull run, or stability of the market that I'm very excited about. You guys named off a lot of the catalysts, but one of the catalysts that was missing there with the advent of the approval of the 11 Bitcoin ETFs to bring some legitimacy to the space right there. We know BlackRock is aping in with the hedge funds and things like that. And that's very telling. And it's very telling because when the banks come in, if you remember why Bitcoin got started with Satoshi there is because of the banks. When they robbed the taxpayers, took their money in 2008 during the housing crisis, and then bailed themselves out because they were too big to fail. I can imagine Satoshi being very grossed out about that, came up with the white paper and published it in 2009. That was the why for Bitcoin to stop cooking off the books, the immutability of that. And so if the banks are now coming in, they never lose. To me, that's a telltale sign that, you know what? The only reason they're not fully in is because the regulatory platforms is not there. Rails are not there for them yet. But with this bill, and let me name one, and that Matosco was talking about, the FIP 21 bill passed the House under that Democratic rule right there. And I got a lot of flack when I voted for Trump this year. People dropping off because they're getting in their emotions and stuff, right? Even though they didn't lose any benefit, I took flack because I put it up there. I said, guys, I'll be a hypocrite if what I'm preaching for the little man to be liberated by the decentralization of what Satoshi and the other coins and other projects are bringing, to vote for an administration that point blank held us captive and stagnated under Gary Gensler and all the other, strings that, like you said, the puppeteering that went on with that. I would be so hypocritical to go vote for the same exact thing again while I'm trying to liberate over here. And I made that plain back in August, September, and things like that. I said, look for the catalyst, Trump, right? And the run-up. But now I'm so excited. And Mataska, you can probably help me here because I'm not on the numbers. If we look at the aggregate holders of cryptocurrencies across the board in the world, I'm not even sure if we're at 5% yet. And so that's even more exciting because once the regulation passed, now, everybody said that we got control of the House and we got control of the Senate, and that's key. Trump did come to Nashville here, in the summer, and we had a bill with our senators here ready for him to sign on day one. So we're praying that he will hold his word, because that includes the FIT 21, which will bring the stable coins. And that's the thing Mr. Wonderful and all of them before all the debacle there with Bankman-Fried was trying to get done as they were courting the congressmen. But so I'm very bullish on it because of the regulations. Once the regulation come in, which is what I was waiting on in 2018 when I took that hit, you see, now I'm great. Don't even worry about it. I'm great. But that's one of the telltale signs that we want to look for, because that will bring the banks in. The custody that Coinbase is holding will now be turned over to the banks. And when the banks come in, they do not come to lose. So if we're at about 5% adoption, if I give it there, and they're coming in, that brings the legitimacy, the compliances and the regulations, and then it's just copy and paste across the rest of the world. So I'm very, very bullish. But for the person with low liquidity, dry powder, try to find the projects like, these guys are skilled traders, right? I'm making money right now in the stock market. I do options, I do, but don't get into that stuff if you're not skilled. I've been doing this thing day and night, But and so some of these other skilled people here on the panel. But for the little people, to protect them. When I said little, I don't mean condescending. I mean small bags, right? You got to go with the slow and steady and then build up your skills. I'm talking about this stuff, and I'm referencing 2008 and the housing crisis and the white paper. That's how long we're studying this stuff day and night, and alongside the stock market and the regulations and the compliances and all of the rug pulls and bombs and bust and all of that, right? But we are still at the precipice, I believe. Liken on to the 2000.com, because Bitcoin, if it's only at 5%, not Bitcoin, the entire cryptocurrency market world, if we're only at about 5% aggregation and the banks are not even in yet, and the regulations are poised to be there, look out. Just be careful, protect yourself, do your research. This is not financial advice, but definitely slow and steady also wins the race and diversification of your portfolio. And I'm not talking so wide. Guys, my properties and whatever I'm bringing in with income, that's stable. It's just like that dynamic duo right there. One is saying I'm taking profit, I'm putting it to the side. The other was like, what, I'm just going to take it all at one time. And that's how you have to kind of figure things out. But I pray the best for each and every one of you. Safe, smart, wise, diversified, not so broad, but focused, right? And so that you all can be blessed with this advent of this paradigm shift of this technology and take good control. Great space. Thank you, Larry. Thank you guys for allowing me to speak. Y'all know I sing all the time, but you don't know the depth of Poppy right here. And so a little bit by little bit, I come out and try to make myself known. But I haven't worked for anybody. I don't know. The last time I worked for somebody, we built houses, all kinds of stuff with crypto and diversify a portfolio with properties and stuff like that. But I've always given back. Housing people, fixing their credit, teaching them how to fix their credit, how to get your first house. There's a lot of work. Battered women, children's program, giving back to the poor, teaching the trades to impoverish, like that. That's the groundwork of who Poppy is. But I just like this thing and be happy about it, man. Because if you're doing this stuff, what do they say, all work and no play? make Jack, Jill, Larry, Zach, and everybody a dull boy, girl, right? So have some fun. And I've been doing music for a long time. Been blessed to be on the radio station in Chicago and all of that. And that's just who I am. I just mix it in the sauce. Thank you, babe.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. And please never be afraid to come back up here. It sounds like you've been here before and listening down there. You just never know. It sounds like you have a ton to offer, man. Really, really appreciate it. And shout out to everybody listening on the live streams. We've got well over 4,500 views already total from YouTube and X. Bunch of people still with us live. And if you guys haven't shared the actual space, make sure you guys do that. Get some people in here and get them in the know here. Covering a lot of ground already. We've got about 40 minutes left. I do want to get to treble. You've been waiting for a little while. And then we just brought up another speaker who has a big space today about the future outlook of SUI or SWI, however you want to pronounce it. We'll mention that, and we'll get over to Eisenhower after this and talk a little bit about what they've got cooking up over on SUI or SWI. I still haven't decided how I want to pronounce it. Treble, what's up?
GM. Yeah, thanks for having me up here, Zach. My name is Rob. I'm one of the co-founders of Treble, the first V4 DEX and all-encompassing DeFi hub coming to base. We're getting ready to launch this month, and as a US-based builder that found a lot of topics in the space quite exciting. And so I did have a couple of things I wanted to add on a couple of different topics. So I guess I'll start. I'll start with our overall optimism on the U.S. policy changes. So I've been in the crypto sphere for quite some time, and I remember being in 2016, right before, in 2020, right before Biden got elected, and I remember at that time, we had no idea. We had no idea which side of the government was on our side. It doesn't matter whether they were Republican or Democrat. You would have told me in 2019 that, hey, Trump is going to save American crypto, and I would just laugh at you and say, have you seen what Jay Clayton did on his last day in office? Because he literally screwed us at the very last second and then left. And then at that time, Gary Gensler came in, and we thought that, hey, man, this guy's going to come in, and he was a blockchain, head, blockchain department head in MIT, and he was so close to the government, and it was so amazing. And the next thing you know, there's a whole bunch of insider crap with the Biden administration, and how Sam Bankman-Fried's mom helped Biden run his campaign, and then Biden was in cahoots with Gary Gensler before. So it wanted to be so convoluted that at that point, there was no way to tell what the hell was going to happen in crypto in the United States. And that's why you ended up having most of the developers, most of the DeFi developers, especially utility play developers, coming out anonymous. And even though we are, like our team, for example, we are doxxed with all of our partners, we've done KYC with various platforms, but we are still front-facing anonymous with our communities. Because, until Trump is in office and until we actually see him executing on the things he promised, we can't be 1,000% sure of what's going on. However, with that, we are extremely optimistic about what's going to happen and what's going to be happening in 2025 and so on. And I know we've all heard about the mythical super cycle that never comes at the end, but I think we do have the best shot at it right now. I'm not going to bank everything on it. I'm definitely going to be taking profits throughout the market. However, there's definitely a lot more opportunities we have right now than before. I mean, if you were in crypto since 2016, 2015, you remember those tinfoil hat days when we were talking about, one day Bitcoin might become the reserve currency of the world. And, we were talking about these things that seemed almost like science fiction back then. And currently, you have governments adopting Bitcoin standard. You have certain governments treating Bitcoin the same way they do fiat. And not only that, is now we have the first, no better way to say it, but we have the first crypto president in the United States. And no matter how you look at it, Trump has his own DeFi protocol. He has his own NFT collections. He has been so pragmatic for the crypto scene. It's like he's unscrewing everything that Jay Clayton did before in a way that there's no doubt in my mind that Trump is on our side right now. And not only that, he's so aggressive with his policy, so aggressive with his in-your-face attitude that he's going to push other countries into trying to front-run the Bitcoin reserve narrative. I mean, it's inevitable. And no matter how you feel about geopolitical space, look at China, look at Russia. They're mining Bitcoin. They're trying to stock up on Bitcoin and gold and all these assets because they know that the future of currency in the world, the future of reserves are not going to be based on some fiat that's going to be ever inflating. So we are, to say the least, we are very optimistic about 2025, and we are very optimistic of what it's going to look like for American entrepreneurs, such as myself. Because up until this point, we were thinking in terms of, okay, well, we will build our protocol, we will launch ourselves, and when we are successful, when it's time to run it as a big company, it's time to leave the United States and re-register our company in another country that's going to have a friendly jurisdiction. Well, guess what? That time is over now. We have done a complete 180 to where now, instead of American entrepreneurs having to plan their exit out of the United States, now foreign entrepreneurs have a reason to come to the United States. We are no longer going to be experiencing the crypto brain drain that we have experienced for the last decade. We are now going to be attracting smart immigration, skilled immigration into the United States, the same way we did back in the industrial ages when we were bringing in entrepreneurs that actually did something for our country, that actually made our economy something else that we haven't seen before. And it's time for that. America spent a very long time feeling American government, the big players, the billionaires, spent a very long time feeling like they have this insider information, but being, accredited investors they have the ability to participate in these pre-sales or these IPOs or these launches, and they have the one up. And we've had the SEC for all these years say, hey, unless you have $1 million, you're not allowed to participate in any kind of a public offering earlier on because it's going to be a securities offering. But guess what? Once that security is being traded on Robinhood for 50x its IPO price, well, you're welcome to participate now. It's not risk. It's too much risk for you to get in at the IPO, ICO, whatever level you want to call it. It's way too risky. But when it's listed on Coinbase for 100x its initial price, well, it's safe now, you guys. Americans can finally jump in and get wrecked. And that's exactly what's happened every bull market before this. When we see certain asset, get into one of the exchanges such as Coinbase or such as Binance, and a lot of these assets ended up arriving in the exchanges towards the end of the last bull market, the bull market before that. And as soon as that optimism comes up, then you see the dump, and then the bear market starts. And I think right now things are momentarily changing a little bit. And we're very excited about this. We're very excited about the fact that American teams can actually start introducing new technology to the scene, which will be bringing the first V4 to Base. And we're excited to jumpstart the DeFi season on Base this month after TGE. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of positive things to come. And the risk of continue being too political and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of fun things coming up. I think United States is finally going in the right direction, and we're here at the very right time.
Couldn't agree more. Great stuff. And by the way, guys, give Treble a follow. They are close, not official yet, but close to becoming a sponsor with us here on the Crypto Breakfast Club and what they've got cooking up on Base. So give them a follow on their X page. Hop into their TG. As always, do your own research. We're happy to help them out and give them a platform here on the Crypto Breakfast Club. And great insights, man. Appreciate that a lot. I want to get up to Eisenhower, who has a big space coming up. I'll mention that. I'll throw it up on screen too, coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern, kind of a breakdown of SWI coming up. But also, Eisenhower also runs the, in my opinion, largest meme coin on SWI right now, and the one that has the biggest potential, in my opinion. I've been partnered up with them for a little while. That is Lofi. So can't wait to hear from Eisenhower. What's up, man?
Yo, can you guys hear me all right? Mic check, mic check. I think I'm in. I think I'm good.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
it's going to be a great space today, 2 p.m. Eastern time, with Evan, who is the CEO of Mistin Labs and the co-founder of SWI Foundation. I guess technically both. The SWI Foundation and Mistin Labs are kind of tied at the hip there. So really looking forward to that one. I'm going to be talking about SWI's outlook in 2025. They've done a tremendous job the last year. So in 2024, they've really done a good job of shipping quickly, bringing valuable products into the market, that developers are using, creators are using, and builders ultimately feel comfortable scaling projects on or scaling brands on, such as, Lofi, which is what I'm doing. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this is kudos to the team behind the scenes. Like the people that I talk to at Mistin Labs and Sweet Foundation, like they're top tier talent, very, very high talent density organization. And they also have a very strong programming language that they're built on. So Move is just naturally, I think, it's just a better programming language than many of the other ones, many crypto projects or layer ones are built on. So I think that's been a major reason in their success. They just have a really skilled team when it comes to execution. And I think that really stems from their history, right? These are guys that came from Microsoft and Google and Meta. And I mean, they really have a very Silicon Valley kind of heavy team, like I would say more of a Web 2 team that got into Web 3. And if you go and you look on Evan's profile, I think his first tweet on there is basically like, hey, trying something new in crypto. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, he said going all in, doing something new in crypto, September 20th, 2021. So it's great to see that these guys have been in the business, in the space, right, in the tech industry for a while. And to have them leverage that experience and build a platform, truly a global coordination layer, as they call it, for Sui, I think it's more compelling if you're outside looking in. And if you're already in the space, I mean, you already know, like, hey, Sui it's winning the attention economy. The chain is exploding in terms of wallet activity, in terms of total value locked, in terms of volume. I mean, all the right metrics that anyone would want to look at and say, hey, how's this doing? How's it going? It's for sure heading in the right direction. So, and I'll make a post here soon, but yeah, Zach, thanks for having me up. If anyone can tune in, space is at 2 p.m. Eastern time today with Evan, and it'll be a space focused on Sui. I'm sure we'll talk about communities and maybe memes and some of the NFT projects, and we'll talk a lot about their big releases this year too. So Mysticetti V2, we'll talk about Walrus Protocol coming out, which is a huge decentralized storage protocol that will be something that expands just beyond Sui. And then they also have the Sui Play, which is launching. I'm excited to get one myself. So yeah, I mean, I think overall it's really a situation where a space that's bullish for Sui is bullish for me and bullish for Lofi. So I'm ready. I'm excited, and I think we want to create a good podcast episode, more or less, for everyone to go in and tune in and listen to.
Love it, man. Appreciate it. And if you guys are wondering, Lofi right now sitting at $144 million market cap. We haven't seen $1 billion meme on Sui just yet, but obviously what's happening right now on that blockchain is insane. I mean, I don't know how many days now in the last month we've seen DEX volume skyrocket and surpass the likes of Solana. I mean, do you see, David, like what happened with Solana happening with Sui? Kind of started as a VC-backed, heavily funded project, but now like reaching across the aisle and meeting retail investors. I think to me that's what makes Solana so unique is it has both. It has that VC backing and real utility based on it, but it also has the DeFi element, right?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You bring up a good point. If you want to launch a successful project or business or anything, it's helpful to have the right capital partners involved. And I think Solana has raised somewhere like around 380 million in, I think, like 4 or 5 rounds. And Sui has raised about 340 million in about 8 rounds. So, and don't quote me on that. I have to double check the math, which I'll actually do here soon. But Sui and Solana both have some good capital partners, and they're certainly invested into the long-term growth and future of Sui. And I think what you saw with Solana is it kind of became this consumer-friendly chain. So when I got into crypto in 2016, it was not user-friendly. It was definitely a situation where you had to learn how to navigate, and things were only on your computer. There was no crypto on your phone. It was really just on a desktop, on a PC, laptop, et cetera. And so I think what you're seeing right now with the advent of more consumers entering crypto versus just investors, is the winners are going to be really the projects, the chains, or the dApps that are catering towards those consumers. And so having good UX UI is crucial. And my background is in marketing, so we always consider UX UI when it's like building websites or launching a new app, et cetera. So I think what you're going to see here very, very, very soon is, boom, SWE integrates Phantom, boom, SWE integrates Backpack, and then you're going to start to see this kind of mass onboarding when people can kind of just go into their Phantom wallet, toggle on. I mean, they're basically going to toggle on a new chain, and they can interact anywhere. So that's the thing, is you have to consider, how do consumers like to interact? What do they use to interact, and how do they get around online, right? Like, if you look at Web 2 right now, it's kind of clunky. You have all these different logins and passwords for all these different websites, and then you have potentially like password trackers or password technologies where it's like you can like save your passwords and you need a password to get in there, and it's just, the whole thing is a bit clunky. And I feel like we're starting to see this all over the internet. I think Brian Armstrong posted about this. He's the CEO of Coinbase. I think I've seen Jesse talk about it. I think I've seen some of the other leading figures from Binance and just really pioneers within in the crypto space saying, how do we create something that is not based on your credentials, your username, email, password, 2FA, et cetera, right? That stuff is great. But how do we create something that allows a consumer to just go on, verify it's their ID? So maybe it's biometrics, maybe it's their special key that is saved through a ZK login. How do we get people just to interact quickly? And I think crypto is doing a good job of bridging that gap. And so one of the things that was in Adeni's article that he posted several days ago, maybe about a week ago, was him talking about how ZK login was a crucial component to what SWE is doing, because SWE wants to become a very consumer-friendly chain, right? They're a global coordination layer, and they look at that and they say, hey, this is $1 trillion market. If we can, instead of looking at it or kind of just categorize themselves as a blockchain, how can they become a global coordination layer? And to do that, you actually need things like ZK login to onboard masses, not millions, but billions. So I think that, that Zach is going to really play into how SWE brings new people on chain, and apps like Phantom and Backpack, and I'm sure a few others that are going to roll out here this year, are going to be an important part of that.
That's huge. Larry, it looks like you want to jump in. I think Larry's chomping at the bit. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's funny David mentioned that. So I put my little video up there of that UI, that user interface. It's more than just an ATM. As you can see, it's funny because SWE is 50% of the volume in APAC on some days right now. And in China, it's a regularly brought up topic. It's really penetrated the Asia Pacific market tremendously. Again, it's 50% of the flexible volume on some days, right? And on that little mobile interface, it's not really, it's not a little, it's a big one. It's funny that David mentioning, 2FA, zero knowledge base, and biometrics. I had the choice of logging on into that machine via my WeChat, my Alipay, or my facial recognition registered with that wallet, right? And also it has its own version of Wallet Connect as well, based on, you can use your facial recognition biometrics plugin from your iPhone or your Android suite, or you can just do it at the kiosk itself. And you're already working with pseudo zero knowledge proofs on SWE anyways, but they're very similar in use and interface, for WeChat or for Alipay. So on that machine in the video that we posted, GME posted for me, my post, SWE is an option. Isn't it funny? Like before, you would never think you would even see Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then that became the standard on a machine that also trades. Now, this is where it's different. And this is where, going back to what Trevor was talking about too, you can trade renewable vouchers for gold on this machine for Bitcoin, and vice versa. So, and also different Forex, and you can see Ethereum, USDT, USDC, SWE, and BNB all in real time on this kiosk. So there's so much FUD and misinformation about, basically how accessible DeFi is in APAC, especially China. I didn't say China, but I said China. And, beyond that, just the ability to on-ramp and off-ramp fiat now has come a long way. So, yeah, and SWI has a huge density of holders and population, not just in China, but Hong Kong and Macau as well, and in South Korea. And I was just shocked to see it on the machine now, where I was at. I can't disclose that here, but you can see that I had some fun in the mall and did some shopping with some Hong Kong dollars. So that might give away a little something. There you can see the HSBC on pictures, but just wanted to comment on the advancement of technology in other geographical localities and jurisdictions. We have some catching up to do in North America, and I'm happy that just by adaptation, we having these conversations here and just proliferating and educating that it's happening sooner than later. So thanks, David and Treble, for your contributions. I just wanted to add that in, that it was very, kind of applicable to what I did this evening when I took this video, just to show people like, yeah, USDT is not going anywhere. You can trade DeFi, not just for DeFi or a stable token. You can do gold, you can do Bitcoin live, and you can revert to limited amounts of fiat, without 2FA. So just dropping the 10 cents in on how exciting, how early we are,
Good stuff. Good stuff. There's a couple things up in the nest, guys. Lofi the Yeti's main pin post. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Hop in their TG. See what they got cooking up. Top meme coin right now on SWI. So definitely check that out. That space that we were referencing coming up in a few hours from now, 2:00 p.m. Eastern, also attached up there. I'll be over there listening to that for sure. So make sure you guys, if you're interested in SWI and the future of the blockchain and future of growth and development, hop into that space later on at 2:00. Definitely don't want to miss it. Check out Larry's post up there too. I got to watch that video after the space, Larry. Appreciate that. But Hollis, you've been waiting, man. We got about 20 minutes left. Actually, about 18 minutes left. Hollis, you've been waiting patiently. How you doing, man?
Great. Thank you for having me. So my name is Hollis. I'm from Southern Oklahoma. 33 years old, Navy veteran, did 10 years. I just got into crypto last year, and I'm here to talk about the drones. I'm a drone head. There's several of the drone heads in this chat right now, and I just want to take a minute to invite you to look at the Spaces chat, Mr. Humphries. We left a gift there for you. And a little bit about this token. So it's drones on Solana. We have a website. We have a community. It's basically
so I'll let you go a little bit, Hollis. I've seen you guys blasting it up. We don't really like to shill heavily unless people are partnered up with us on the Crypto Breakfast Club. So we want to reserve that for people who've decided to partner up with us. I'll let you go a little bit, but just keep it brief.
Absolutely. Thank you. So in my opinion, not financial advice, this is the narrative for 2025. We're seeing drones in the real world all over the news. Donald Trump is posting memes. Wall Street Bets is shilling drones. I mean, I would have to hate my family to not at least grab a bag. And that's just why I'm here, to kind of shed some light, let people know about it. Drones all the way. I'm all in.
Nice.
Yo, Mutasco, why you not say anything about the shilling? Just to me, man. Just to me because I'm black.
GME, what's up?
Nice. GME. I just want to make the fun of Mutasco, No, he's a good guy, good friend.
Well, he can't even respond to you, bro. He can't even respond to you. He's down there as a listener.
It is even better. This is even better.
Yes, he just misses Mutasco. We all miss Mutasco.
We love him.
Paid's in here too. I forgot he was in here. What's up?
Yeah.
Paid in here since starting. We just joined late, but he's a speaker since many. And today I have for you, I post something on the mega board about the Chainlink and Ripple standards. You may want to check it for the new RLUSD news. I will bring, I hope tomorrow, one guy from HBAR community, because we all putting the HBAR on the on the name of the space, but don't see anyone from them yet. But I will invite one guy to speak for HBAR too. I think we're coming to end of the show. Time to Mutasko's last word to bless us.
Nice. Paid with that.
Yo. GM. Guys, power went out in my city. Had a freaking crazy storm. Listen, Morocco don't get that much rain. But when we get rain, it's as if God, a.k.a. Allah, is fucking just throwing thunderbolts right at your house. Like, that's what happens every time. So I lost a little power, so I've been a little late. So apologies to anyone who's deeply offended. But I do want to get to Kevin. I see General Kaiken of the Kaiken, community over there, which is a whole new thing. It's not even the Kendra English community, it's the Kaiken community. It's a whole new thing. I just made that shit up. But I wanted to say tomorrow, I don't have all the details 100% yet because they're not set in stone, but the first political meme coin on Paul Chain is dropping. Huge news. Paul Chain and their community are super behind this. I know the team. I know what's happening. I can't give the contract address or anything out yet until everything gets ready for tomorrow. Like once, when it approaches launch, yes, but it's supposed to be huge. I talked to Brian yesterday. He gave me some numbers that look very interesting. So once that is available for lease, I can do that tomorrow. So I'm going to get that out to the room. Just be on the lookout for that. Also, Zach, I know we have a meeting after this, but I just want to give you an update. Paul Chain will be here on Thursday. They should be here normally on Wednesdays, but they're going to come up on Thursday themselves for, their weekly, I guess you could call chill and grill, whatever they got cooking up. They're cooking up a lot. I think they just finalized the external strop for Solana today or tomorrow. They made a post about it. Brian texted me. So Solana is officially, it's been live, but now it's officially live. So, more about that on Thursday. But yeah, tomorrow, big drop for Paul Chain. First political meme coin, kind of crazy. They're getting projects on. So, Paul's down a little bit, but the whole market's down again. But Paul's down a little bit. So, I've just been stacking Paul in the back channels. I was in the trenches, Zach, and I know Post's been down there. He called me earlier and laughed at me because I called a play last night, didn't get in, and it fucking 10x. I want to fucking kill myself. And then, so I got in late. I don't care. I got it anyway. I fell asleep on this one, and it just literally 10x. And it's a total GGen play, something Matt would like. So I'm going to give it out here. I don't like these crappy in the trenches DGen plays. They're too dirty for me sometimes. But this one, I saw it at launch on fucking Deck Screener, and I was on fucking Michael's Space, and I was like, dude, look at this dumb shit. It's called Fart Goat Kangaroo Butthole 6900 AI 16Z. Literally saw it at 200,000. Saw it at 200,000. It hit 3 mil. Woke up to it this morning. Was at 2.1 or whatever mil. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm getting in just where everyone else is getting in. Don't be like, oh, he's front running us. No, I front run nobody because I didn't get in. So now I'm in. It's at 2.1 mil. Just a heads up. I don't know. It survived the night and pumped like crazy. They got fucking boosts and all that other bullshit going on. But before I shut up, so there's that. If anyone wants it, I can drop it, whatever. I don't really care. But Zach, you know what I noticed? And I talked to Zach from Subway about this yesterday. And I talked to Crypto Poster about this also. The whole boost thing on Deck Screener is bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. And I'm calling them out. I like Deck Screener because of the tools and all the other bullshit. But they are actual bullshit because listen, they're like, oh, if you get a boost, it helps your project get visibility. Fine, okay, I get the sentiment. But yesterday, I went on Deck Screener, and I'm like, okay, well, how many projects are boosted right now? Because you can sort it by boosted projects. Guys, there were 600 boosted projects. 600. I don't care. You can say, your community can say, oh, boosted. Guess what?
You are 1 out of 600, technically 601 when you actually do it yourself. But you're 1 out of 601 projects that are boosted. You think people are actually going through all 600 of those projects? Yes, some degens, absolutely. But the majority of people going on Deck Screener looking for whatever, they're not going 6 pages of 100 different projects, going to each individual project and finding your project. Boost, unless you're doing the top boost, unless you're doing the whatever, like the $5,000 a day boost plus, you're not getting seen. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm being honest. I went through it. And also, how much money is Deck Screener making, guys? They got 600 projects they're boosting. The minimum amount that you can boost is $100. That's already $60K a day right there. Just do math. And that's not including the $5,000 boost. Like these fuckers are making like $300,000 a day at minimum. Just so you guys know. So just in case you're like, oh, this project got boosted, blah blah blah. That's how it used to be. Oh, they got a boost on it, blah blah. Yesterday I was like, well, how many projects are actually boosted? It's 600. So good luck. And going in deeper into the bull cycle, it's probably going to be a lot higher. You're probably going to see 1,000 projects boosted, and all of those projects are going to be like, yeah, we're going to the moon because we got a little boost on it. You're probably not. Just an FYI, you're probably not. Your marketing funds could be used on, partnerships like the Breakfast Club or whatever else you want to spend it on. Hell, your money might be better used just, getting signs printed at Kinko's. I don't know if you guys remember Kinko's, but it might be better just going to Kinko's, getting some signs printed and putting it up all around your city. Because those boosts, once it's over, it's over. And, I just want to point that out to projects and individuals that boosts, me doing a little deep diving don't really mean as much as, we all thought they meant. So just a little FYI warning, unless they get the higher end one, because that goes on the top of Deck Screener on every page you go to. So if they spend like $5-10 grand on the boost for like, the 24 hours and you can see that on every page, yes, you're going to get more eyes. But if not, you're just 1 out of 600 as of right now. So just wanted to point that out. But other than that, good day, everyone. I'm going to send it to Kevin and General Kaiken. And let's Zach, I don't know if Zach from Subway has a response to that. He was laughing. So
yeah, it's a fucking ripoff. Come on the Breakfast Club. Seriously, unless you're paying $5K a day or whatever 3-hour service they offer, it's literally a waste of money. What you really want to do, other than a good network we have, is be in front of people, talk to human voices. This is where AI won't win and we will, is because people in here have capital, and capital is what goes into your chart, and that's what makes your chart go up. It's very basic. Be human, come to these spaces, and these are the people that will buy your project.
Yeah, it's just it's like you have a movie, right? And you want to put it in movie theaters to get in front of people so they see it when they fucking go see whatever movie they're going to. But instead of like the 10 previews they do now, which is already too many, it's 600 previews. That's what you're up against right now. Imagine going to the movies before you see your movie to 600 previews. That's what Deck Screener is. That's actually a really good analogy. So just so you guys know, I want to point that out. Just in case you get into a project and they're like, oh, we boosted. Okay, well, was it the $5,000 boost per day? No. Okay, you're probably not getting seen. But anyway, let's go to General Kaiken of the Kaiken community, and then I see Kevin down there. I'm gonna give my time over there. We do have 7 minutes left.
Real quick, just some news, real quick. Just in, President-elect Trump to announce $20 billion investment to build new data centers in the United States. He's getting set to speak too right now from Mar-a-Lago, and there could be some interesting remarks. We'll see if that has any reaction to the market.
Zach, Poppy is 2.6 mil. Called it yesterday. You called it yesterday, 1 mil. So yeah, I don't know if you aped on it. Hope you put some money on your fucking call, but
I put a little bit on it, bro. But does it have staying power? That's what I'm getting nervous about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on house money, so whatever happens,
I got my basis out too.
I'm not gonna lose my sleep. But yeah, 2.6. It looked like it was gonna rug yesterday, but not.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Mar. Like, you go to sleep on some of these plays, all your money's gone. But you go to sleep on other plays, and all of a sudden you're up like 10, 20x. It's like, what happened? It's like
It's just like, what happened?
Yeah, that's
Just
why
so
I
you
got the
guys know.
basis out. I got the basis
Yeah.
out before went to sleep, and I was like, no matter what, I'm even.
Yeah, you just never, dude. You just don't know. Like, who the fuck knew besides Matt that Butthole was gonna go to 120? You know,
I
like,
wish I'd have listened to him.
I would have never fallen asleep on that. Like, and I stand everything, but that's something I would have fallen asleep on. But yeah, let's get the journal cracking. But I will say this: that coin I mentioned earlier, that fart penguin, that whole thing, 2.7 mil. I just talked about it 2.1 on the show. So hey, you would have made a few dollars just then. General Kayaking on the kayaking community.
Always some good alpha on the Crypto Breakfast Club. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Good.
I feel like every time someone asks how we're doing, me, Zach, and even Larry, we can't all speak at once. So it's just like, who are you addressing in this moment?
It's a good segue. I'm addressing the panel. I'm addressing the space in general. Guys, if you haven't liked, retweeted, commented down below, make sure to do so. Paid General Kai Ken of the Kai Ken community. You didn't make that up, bro. You read it from my name. All right. And listen,
dude, I can't even read your name. Your name stops after General. Just so you know.
From what I see, it stops after Gen, but it points aside. Like, it's General Kai Ken of the Nova Chain community. Come on. All right. So, guys, I just want to say, as I already said, so much alpha on the Crypto Breakfast Club. Make sure you're here as often as you can be. I'm looking at these tickers, right, in the title of the space: Bitcoin, Ripple, Aptos, HBAR, SWI, so on. And I'm just looking at this, guys. I'm thinking, like, we talk about how we're early adopters, right? What is it, like the first 7% of people that are in crypto pretty much worldwide. And listen, this is not financial advice, but if you're in the business of making money, pretty much throw, your dart at the dartboard here and 2x, if not more, your money in just this year with any one of those tickers, pretty much, right? So, like, yeah, maybe it's a bit of a bold prediction, Bitcoin to 200,000 by year's end, but like, we're so blessed to be here. So just make sure, like, if you've got some capital, you got some dry powder, you're looking to make an investment that's going to, yield you a good return, crypto is the place to be. That's why we're all here. We recognize that. Real quick, guys, you heard Zach and Larry talking a little bit earlier. If you're paying attention, you might have caught some alpha about Nova Chain, about how we're building. Okay, we got a calendar on our website. Make sure you don't miss any events coming up. We got one actually in the nest up there, an AMA coming up with the Madhouse. I believe that's this Friday at 5 p.m. EST. We got a community meeting coming up in the TG tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. EST. A shill shack with Zach from Subway.eth. So make sure you're checking that out, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I will say Zach from Subway definitely hosted that space last Friday, and I was actually pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie. Degen's no Degen, but he hosted a nice little nightly space, and I guess he's gonna do another one this week, so I might tune in for that. But Zach, that was actually pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie to you. Kevin,
your hand. Up, man? We got a couple minutes left, brother.
What's up, guys? I have a quick question. First, I'm going to do a quick shout out to my Detroit Lions, #1 seed in the NFL. NFC, baby. We're going all the way. Okay, anyway.
I love how someone is correcting you on that.
NFC. NFC. We're tied for number one record.
No.
No, but that was me. But anyway, my question is, I might have missed it. I was in a meeting. Is there a major reason for the hefty pullback this morning? I mean, I'm just asking because I've seen my stuff go down a couple grand.
People are taking profits again. And it's nothing to get panicked about, because if you just look at the inflows from retail, it's going to cover all of that. Really nothing to even worry about. We have the election, or I mean the official administration coming in and all of the announcements, Kevin. I think that it's just, people are taking you can see just people are taking profits at the same time. It's just funny across the board. People are taking profits. That's a calm before the storm, I guess, Not financial advice either, by the way, just saying.
I felt like Big J shielding something. What is the Big J?
And that's kind of what I was thinking. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything because I seen it was going up and then it had to pull back. So
Since we're looking at this, just look at it as pre-Detroit Lions before they drafted Barry Sanders and had him for the 2 good seasons, bro. Look at it.
The Detroit Lions before we got Dan Campbell as their head coach. Now we're a powerhouse.
Well, the era of Barry Sanders was magical for me, man. When you mentioned Detroit Lions.
Me too. Barry Sanders, my favorite player to ever play the game. Got me hooked. Said fan since '89.
Yep, that means you have to have been old enough to live a little while to know that. But yeah, I like the Lions too, man. I like Barry Sanders. I like Herman Moore. I like that era. It was a good era, bro. So
Postman is giving you guys thumbs down, and I second that notion. So let me get one. Here, hold on. Everyone wait. There you guys go. Thank you.
Is Postman a Cleveland Browns fan? I hope not, because that would be
no. He doesn't live in Ohio, bro. He lives in New England. All right.
He's
the regional champion.
You can't.
No, there's no well. There's no well. It's the regional champion, dude.
I said you can't deny the dynasty. I just said that, but I'm not a bandwagon jumper either, though. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get on, or it's easy to hop off, but it's not easy to stay on. And
yeah,
what I
was listen. I was in Philadelphia, bro. I lived in Philadelphia for many years, Larry. So trust me when I say, it's not easy to stay in.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. It took a long time to get a Super Bowl down there, but when we had that Super Bowl, holy shit! That
you guys can all just stop talking. You can all stop talking. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. All right. That's what's going. I'm from here, bro. It's called loyalty.
Yeah, that's true, though. That's
It's called loyalty.
It's
called. I know it's hard to find these days, but yeah, it's called root for the team where you're from.
Jim Brown, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Kozar.
Yeah.
Can't those two. Love them playing.
I'm pretty sure.
Solid hater right now.
I'm pretty sure Zach.
With the thumbs down is killing me. He never does this. So it's hilarious.
Oh fuck.
I'm pretty sure Zach hates the Denver Broncos and Elway.
100%, bro.
Oh yeah, super assault.
America's team, the original American team, Green Bay Packers. Go, Packers, go.
Oh man, the Fudge Packers, get out of here.
I respect that. I can get on more with that than the Patriots, man. Fuck.
The Patriots are fucking. They're solid.
Man, that's like
I'm not even the biggest Patriots fan, but you gotta admit they're a solid ass.
The dynasty's solid. I mean, all the teams you're talking about had periods of greatness. Even the Browns.
The Packers ruined my childhood. So
they ruined many people's childhoods. So let's be square, though. It was just hard.
Detroit's not gonna win. They're gonna get beat, and they're gonna get beat by Green fucking Bay.
I don't know.
You guys are just spanked by the Eagles are gonna spank you.
Man,
I
secondary and offense pretty powerful this year, man.
Yeah, those man.
Their secondary. Their secondary's nasty, man. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Their receiver core has always been solid.
Detroit does have a good team, but they can be beat. I mean, any team can be beat. It's just, it's the Patriots. They were the biggest team in the whole fucking league.
Postman, when you come up here, say good morning. Say good morning.
Say GM, guys.
All right,
say good morning.
PFL.
Listen, the feud for 2024 still has.
I'm so proud.
Unbelievable.
I am surprised that you're not a Patriots fan because they're the biggest fucking cheaters. Recording, all the time. I'm surprised you're not a Patriots fan.
No, Mark. That was you.
What?
When I left the room.
Mutasco came in the room, started acting. Mutasco, GM. We have a few minutes left, Mutasco.
I have just a second. I wouldn't need a minute. So
I wouldn't count this. Go ahead, Mutasco. I'm counting.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. I want to make a comment about Zach. Zach, what you said.
I put something in the comment section. It's kind of a data point, right? And this is something I want to highlight because I'm just a voter and a regular investor, regular citizen, all that, right? And I'm noticing something, right? If the Democrats made the election about Trump, hate Trump, and it's all good. Inflation is coming down. We're all great. It's all loving, hope, sweet, blah, blah, blah. And it didn't work. Okay? The mistake you don't want to make is make the mandate about the rich. And what I mean by that is I'm watching and we'll see next 4 years what's going to happen. But the reality always hits in. And one of the things that I'm trying to say here is I've
Did he rug?
But I won't call it a huge deal because I look at data, okay? Right now, as we speak today, the US is leading the world, okay? It's leading the world at almost 3,000 data centers. Look at the data, okay? Number two, there's this, and I think Mark Zuckerberg said this in his 2 hours podcast on, what's his name? Dakesh Patel. That's the guy's name. I can't even say his name right. But Mark Zuckerberg actually highlighted some really important thing about energy and AI and the demand for all of it, right? So one of the reasons why I'm saying this is some of these announcements, they're good, okay? It's like I said yesterday, Trump's entire administration is options traders' wet dream, okay? Because the way options work is, if you're not an expert in it, I'm not an expert in it, but I understand it, is that a lot of people make money really quickly, okay, on events and news and all that. So one of the mistake I hope doesn't get repeated is if the people, and this is the regular people, gave you a mandate. I want to see more press conferences, press releases that starts with the little guy, okay? Yeah, I mentioned a few bills. If that, sum it up. And if you're in, I hope most of the people that voted also have assets in crypto, and maybe if you don't like crypto, have positions in the equity market. Okay, so when things go right, you can at least make some returns. But look at the data. I just don't like politicians and their tricks. Okay, and it robs me the wrong way sometimes, and I'm just putting it out there, just to make my point. But I heard you say it, Zach, and I just wanted to add that context because I want something that brings inflation right now as we speak is the biggest thing that drains every regular person. I don't care if you get a promotion, you get to make more money. If you're not getting ahead of inflation, that's a waste. That's like a wash, okay? And that's a problem for every regular person that's not part of the 1%. Now, if everything that gets showered is still at the top, you can't deceive me that it's going to get trickled down. It can't. And there's time with that. It takes time. It takes years. It takes whatever. Crypto, a lot of people are in crypto. It's like 50-something million people. I don't know. The number could be half. Who cares? But there are people literally. So what is it clearly that you have that is going to help the little guy? I want to see it. Until that happens, I'll just keep an eye out, see what happens. But watch out, guys. While this is going on, there's a lot of people making money, okay? So good luck for those that are playing the options market. But I just had to add that.
Yo, Mutasco, that was actually very insightful. And I love that for you, time does not exist. 1 second to you is like an eternity for everyone else. And I love it because you're connected to the matrix and you can just slow time down. It's amazing.
He has one of the infinity stones. He has one of the
that's what's happening?
Yeah,
No.
infinity.
He's a Dr. Manhattan. The time is working different for him.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah.
Well, he has one of the gloves of Thanos. No, he has one of the gloves of Thanos.
Oh, dude, man. Yo, that's the ticker. Tosco with glove or something. Someone make that, please. It'll go to $25 billion. But yeah, I guess Mutasco, that's actually really insightful. But yeah, we can wrap the show up, Zach. I will say that play I just gave you guys a little bit ago, I did pin up to the top. It just hit 3.6 million. I just called it at 2.1 on the show. So you almost doubled your money just if you got in on that stupid shit. I'm not endorsing it.
Hey,
You're probably gonna
I got something to say, bro. I got paid. The whole show went smooth with myself, Zach from Subway. You were quiet the whole time, and then you came in here, and I don't know what happened. I don't mean it in a positive or even negative way, but can I speak, please? Can I speak now? I mean, I've been waiting. Can I speak now?
Mar, you didn't have your hand up, bro.
I don't care. I don't need my hand up.
Well, then how do people know you want to speak? Then how do people know you want to speak?
Take it easy.
But Mar, you get on the mic, you say I want to speak, and instead of speaking, you just cough.
Okay, I'm still sick. First of all, I don't like Larry's attitude the whole show. Just to throw it out there.
Mars is trying to fight everyone.
No, I'm not. Larry, you haven't brought alpha. You haven't brought alpha. It's been a while, dude. What's going on here? Give me some fucking alpha. Forget about this uni thing. Forget about it. Give me some heavy alpha, dude. Some heavy alpha. I know you got it. Give it to me. Give it to us.
I just told you that Unicrypt is coming, or Uniswap is coming, Unichain.
We know that. We know that. Even a 5-year-old knows that.
But I'm telling you, though, the market's becoming more crowded. Okay, you guys want some alpha?
Yeah, make it quick, though. We were about to wrap.
No, tune in tomorrow. I'll drop the alpha tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. I will.
Good. What a salesman. What a salesman. No,
Mark,
real
you
quick.
are the pod chain salesman, though, for sure.
Yeah.
That project's dropping tomorrow.
Talking about Podchain, they just announced a few minutes ago that they're going on a full-scale marketing with both or one of the VCs for listing and the whole 9 yards. This VC is pretty good because I don't know if you remember Zach Humphries. They're the ones that helped our trade put that billboard on CoinMarketCap for like a fucking month. So that was pretty unique and awesome. So yeah, I'm expecting more eyes on Podchain in the upcoming weeks with this campaign with the VC.
Yeah, and Mar,
that's what I wanted to say.
Mar, they are 2 years. This is the 2-year anniversary week of Podchain. So they've been around. They've been building in the bear.
I don't give a shit. I don't celebrate.
You got it. What do you mean?
I don't even celebrate. I don't even celebrate my wife's and I anniversary when we were happily married, which I don't even think we were.
Yeah, that's like a divorce.
Damn, Mars above the law. Damn, bro. I don't need to raise my hand. Fuck you, Pace.
Oh man, but yeah. So awesome space, guys. Poppy already it's at 2.6 million. So let's see what it does. Don't forget to take profits.
Let's go. Hey, this was a good space, man. Shout out to everybody, all the new people dropping in throughout the show. A lot of new faces. We had a lot of high-profile people come in here too. Hey, guys, seriously, though, on a serious note, that space at 2 p.m., that's going to be interesting. The head guy from Mistin Labs, if you guys are interested in SWE, I'm gonna be over there for sure. So if you guys want to pop over there, it is up in the nest. I'll probably go ahead and just repost it for everybody too who follows me. That way you can see it. I'm going to hop on over there too. I got a couple meetings in between then. I got a bunch of YouTube videos dropping today too. So if you guys want to check those out. But great stuff, man. Appreciate everybody rocking with us day in, day out. You guys know how, you guys know what it is. We appreciate it. And we'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Have a great day, guys. Peace.
Thank you, Zach. Have a great day, buddy.
See you, brother. People on the live stream, appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Got a bunch of videos coming out all day long. So there is a XRP video that just launched. On the channel. So leave the stream and go over and watch that XRP video. Got a big breakdown on Cardano coming up at 2:00 p.m. Eastern. And then right around 5:00, I got a video breaking down AI agents and Virtuals protocol too. So got a ton of stuff lined up for you guys. I got to hop on some meetings now. The grind never stops, guys. Keep pushing, keep going. This is our year. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.